After being accused of defamation by a lady who went viral for her actions at an Usher performance earlier this year, Shannon Sharpe is the target of a new $20 million lawsuit. In April, one of his ex-girlfriends filed a $50 million rape lawsuit against the former NFL tight end and TV personality, who was dismissed by ESPN last week. Nearly 2 years after luring Sharpe, 57, away from competitor Fox Sports, ESPN has freed him of his responsibilities notwithstanding the settlement. And according to the U.S. Sun, he has now been slammed with a new lawsuit after being sued for $20 million by Jimalita Tillman, a woman from Chicago who went viral following a romantic interaction with Usher at one of his gigs in April. Nightcap podcast co-host Chad Johnson, Sharpe, and its production firm, Shay Media, are allegedly being sued by Tillman, who claims the hosts intentionally promoted a false narrative regarding her marital status. Fans saw the tension between her and Usher during the show, and her sultry exchange with him created a sensation on social media at the moment. On the tail of the popular video, Sharpe and Johnson made a joke about Tillman's husband being divorcing, despite her assertions that she is not married. On April 2, 2025, I took part in a fan engagement moment at an Usher Raymond concert where I interacted with the artist as a selected audience member, she allegedly claimed in court documents. I am not married, and I am not going through a divorce at the moment, but after this incident, the defendants fabricated and spread false and defamatory remarks implying that I was married and that my husband was divorcing because I took part in this audience experience. I was not married at the time of the fan participation moment during the Usher concert, Tillman went on. Despite my obvious and well-known reputation for spreading false information, the defendants' false narratives were widely disseminated across their platforms, reaching millions of followers, viral spread, and refutation efforts. According to Tillman, a single mother and global director of the Harold Washington Cultural Center, she appeared on national media platforms to deny Sharpe and Johnson's accusations. The defendants persisted in sharing the disparaging material on their social media accounts, she stated. I tried multiple times to get in touch with the defendants to ask that this false narrative be taken down, but they ignored my requests. According to Tillman, the untrue claims have seriously damaged his reputation and character. According to reports, she wants $20 million in damages. Shannon Sharpe's legal team has been contacted by DailyMail.com for comment. In 2022, Brett Favre filed a slander lawsuit against Sharpe for remarks he made regarding the Green Bay Packers legend's involvement in a welfare issue that was still unresolved. Favre called the remarks egregiously false. But in 2022, a judge decided that they were protected by the U.S. Constitution and dropped the lawsuit against him. This year, Sharpe became the center of controversy when a woman who was identified as one of his ex-girlfriends filed a shocking lawsuit accusing him of raping her twice during their relationship. After denying the accusations, the First Take star resigned from his part-time job with ESPN and promised to return later this year after establishing his innocence. However, it was announced on Wednesday that the accuser had been fired by ESPN after nearly 2 years, only weeks after he struck a settlement and repudiated the accusations. At the beginning of his Nightcap podcast, Sharpe addressed his unexpected resignation later that evening, saying, "Obviously, I'm sure everybody has heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I only actually asked, guys, could we wait until Monday, after learning about this information earlier in the week? I truly want my brother's induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame to be about him and my family." I replied, "This coming out will overshadow everything he's worked his entire life for." And regrettably, things didn't work out that way. Next week, 14 years after his older brother was granted the same accolade, Sterling, Sharpe's younger brother, will be formally inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame at an enshrinement ceremony in Canton, Ohio. The 60-year-old Sterling played all 7 of his NFL seasons with the Green Bay Packers, where he led the league in receptions 3 different seasons and was named a 5-time Pro Bowl and 3-time All-Pro wide receiver. In his 13-year career, Shannon, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, had 2 successful spells with the Denver Broncos and a brief tenure with the Baltimore Ravens. After emphasizing that he was very, very grateful for the opportunity, and that he really enjoyed his time with ESPN, Sharpe went on to say that he was unhappy to announce his axing ahead of his brother. Regarding his now former employers, he continued, "I'm at peace with them doing what they felt they needed to do. But I don't like that I've eclipsed my brother, so I simply wish this could have waited till Monday." The headlines for the next few days will be about the first 2 brothers inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.